Okay, so I'm a bit mad. I recorded 3 videos worth of footage, not realizing that there was a freaking echo. Um, so I'm gonna be redoing one of the videos that I planned previously. So this video is gonna be me running through Prapor quest guide and difficulty rating for each quest. Just to preface this, I am going to be using Quest Genie or Map Genie. Sorry, it's a very useful tool for a lot of players, especially including me. It really helped me to be able to focus on quests that I needed for Kappa. So yeah, I'd also just like to thank you guys for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me that you clicked on this, and I hope that you guys stick through to the end because, well, it's helpful information for a lot of the players who don't have these quests done or who are still working on them. So without further ado, I'm going to skip right into Map Genie and we'll get this thing on the go. Okay, so we're here on Map Genie's EFT quest tool and we're just gonna skip straight into it. So here we have debut, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Kill 5 scavs at customs and hand over 2 MP 1-3 shotguns. Shotguns can be annoying to get sometimes, but you got to get through it. Otherwise, you don't get any other quests. So I'd just like to say I'm going to be grinding through these pretty quick because I've already recorded this video once before and I'd rather do it a bit faster. So at any point, feel free to pause the video if you need to look at the quest. I'm going to be clicking on each one to show you guys what the requirements are for each quest. And yeah, so we now have checking. Checking, find the bronze pocket watch, and you have to find the key to the truck. This is on third story dorm, second story dorms. When you jump on the bed, down and to the right, the first jacket on your right has a guaranteed spawn for this. Use that. Don't bother buying it unless it's super cheap and later on in the wipe. Otherwise, it's pretty expensive. So find the bronze pocket watch, survive and extract. This one is another 1 out of 5. Search mission. Locate Prapor's convoy. This one at the beginning of this wipe with the new woods expansion was a pain. It took me forever. I'm just going to give this one a 2 because it requires you to go to a pretty contested area in woods itself, and that can just be cause for concern for some people and some players, as well as woods. It's woods. Delivery from the past. Find the secure container case. So this one is in the customs office area up top in big red. Survive and extract with that, and then you go into factory and place this. This one is a 3. If you don't have a 5 stack to place that thing, it can take so long. And if you die with it on factory, it's just it's so hard to do sometimes. Regardless of what level, what stage you are, what gear you have. It can be a pain. Shootout picnic, neutralize 15 scavs on woods. This one is a 1. This one is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's just killing scavs. Not too much to worry about for this one, but yeah. BP Depot is marking the fuel tanks on custom. Sorry, I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit for you guys, so you guys can just hear me. BP Depot is marking all of the fuel trucks on customs. This one's about a 2. It requires you to go to some pretty contested areas early on in the wipe. You're going to be competing with some people who are doing checking, and because you got to mark the fuel container that has the bronze pocket watch in it. So this one is about a 2. It can be difficult at times. Bunker part 1, bunker part 2. You don't need either of these for Kappa, but I'm just going to rate them real quick. I'm not going to run through them. You can pause and look at them. Bunker part 1, I'm going to give a 2, just because you're fighting down in the bunker system of reserve, and it can be a bit of a pain in the butt. And bunker part 2, same thing. I'm going to give this one about a 2, for the same reasons. It's a bit annoying to do. Now, bad rep evidence is find the 0031 secure container or folder in the bunkhouse on custom. So this is across the way from Alamo. This is off the road. This is like in front of the T in the road, coming from dorms heading towards Alamo or Skeleton or Fortress, whatever you guys call it. And it's directly on your left. This one's about a 2 as well. It brings you to a bit more of a contested area sometimes, but I tend not to run to too many players over here. But yeah, moving on. Ice cream cones. This one's a 1. This one's easy. You can craft them. Pretty straightforward. Just craft 3 60-round mags for an AK. Next, we have Postman Pat. This one's about a 2, maybe a 3, depending on how late in the wipe you are and how contested factory is. So this one's finding the letter on the scav that is underneath green flare room, whatever you want to call it, big green server flare thingy. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Not too hard to do. It's pretty close to one of the extracts, so it's nice. Yeah, moving on. Shaking Up Teller. This one's find something valuable in dorm room 203. This one is about a 3 for me because you're fighting in dorms, and right now, if you are fighting in dorms at this point in the wipe, you are running into so many players, and geared or not, geared, mid-class, whatever, you're running into a plethora of players and scavs and possible scav boss. So this one's a 3 for me because it can be annoying, the amount of people you run into. Grenadier, this one is a 4. This one I'm giving a 4 to a 3. It depends. I was lucky enough that I did this one passively throughout the wipe. I didn't focus it hard. I just did it as I was questing and got into PvP scenarios. I ended up getting grenade kills. So that one's about a 3 or 4. But it is killing 12 PMCs with grenades, which can be difficult for some players. Perfect Mediator. This one's about a 2. It's just leveling up, getting through everything. It's reaching the 4th level of standard with all the traders and gets you your thick weapons case. So it gets you some good stuff. Insomnia is killing 30 PMCs at nighttime. So this is between 2300 and 4 o'clock, sorry. This one was a 4 for me. This one was pretty hard to do. It took me quite a while. It took me about 3 to 4 days of actually focusing it, as well as a couple days of just passively playing the game. Test drive part 1. I don't know why they call it part 1 and there's no part 2, but this one is killing 5 PMCs with an M1A hybrid 46 silencer on it and a Reap IR, whatever. The thermal, the good thermal. This one I would give a 4. If you die with that Reaper, it's tough because you got to buy another, put it together. It can be a huge money sink, and it's really, really punishing in that sense. So I'm giving it a 4, but it can be at any time. It doesn't have to be nighttime. I did mine while doing Insomnia, so my last 5 Insomnia kills I did with my 5 test drive kills. It helped just give me more motivation to be able to get both of them done. On to, I'm going to just go through anesthesia real quick, not required for Kappa, but this is marking the trader post. This one is associated with, I believe, colleagues part 2 through therapist. It's going to be the same area as you're just marking them. But yeah, that one's quick. Punisher part 1, 15 scavs, kill 15 scavs on shoreline using the AKM series weapon. This one, I'm giving it a 2. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to do, depending on what time and what stage of the wipe you're in. If you're doing this when a lot of other players are doing it, it can be very annoying because you're contesting players to contest scavs. And I've been in situations where I've been fighting a player and died to the scav because we were trying to kill scavs at the same time. So it can be a bit frustrating. But it gives you those brawl armor that you need for a Ragman quest. So, Punisher Part 2, kill 12 scavs on a shoreline using suppressed weapon, find 7 in raid lower half mass, and hand those over. This one I'm also going to give 2, because at this point you should be familiar enough with shoreline where you're comfortable being able to kill those scavs and contest the areas where scavs are. And lower half mass is just a matter of killing scavs and finding them on them. So not too hard, pretty straightforward, and yeah. On to Punisher Part 3. This one is a bit more annoying. This one killed 25 scavs on cousins using AKS-74U. This one I'm giving a 3. This one can be very, 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 very annoying and very frustrating. It took me so long to do this. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain sometimes, especially when you run into players. Sorry, ignore my Steam notifications down there. My apologies. Punisher Part 4. This one is killing 10 scavs on woods using 12-gauge shotguns and killing 10 PMCs on shoreline wearing a balaclava and a scav vest, and handing over 5 of the black scav knives to Prapor. This one's about a 4. Only for the reason that you have to kill scavs on woods and then kill PMCs on shoreline. So because it's not compounded into the same map, it makes it more difficult, harder to do in a shorter period of time. And it's just, oh man, scav vest, so annoying. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that, how annoying the scav vest can be. So on to Punisher Part 5. This is Fun in Raid 1 AK-74N, handed over Fun in M4. In Raid, handed over and fired 2 PM pistols and hand them over, as well as kill 10 PMC operatives wearing a PACA and the 6B47 helmet. This one is a 3. Only for the reason of the fact that you have to be wearing specific armor. So you can't kit up to the nines. Like, you can't be running in there with a slick and just killing PMCs. Yeah, it's annoying. I was lucky enough to find 2 of my PM pistols in stashes in the same raid, so I lucked out with that one. But it can be a very annoying quest and very hard for some players to complete, especially having to use a PACA. You're going to be having to be more particular with your engagements. Now, lastly, finishing this one off is Punisher Part 6. This one gets you your Epsilon container. This one is the standard player's gold mine of a quest. That's not the collector. This one's kill 15 PMC operatives using an SVD, find 7 USAC dog tags and 7 bear dog tags, and hand all 14 of them over to Prapor. This one I'm giving a 4. It's not quite a 5, but it's a 4. It's annoying to do sometimes, because if you're averaging 1 kill per raid, it would still take you 15 raids to be able to do it, which makes it so long and so annoying. However, it gets you a lot of rep with quite a few traders, Prapor, Therapist, and Skier, and it gives you a lot of rubles. And it finishes off the quest line for you and gets you your Epsilon container. So that's going to be it for rating the Prapor quests on their difficulty. If you guys enjoyed, I really appreciate it that you guys came here, clicked the video, and yeah, I'm going to skip straight to my intro. See you there. Okay, so if you guys stuck through the whole video, thank you guys so very much. It was annoying that I had to record this video twice, but it at least gave me some practice the first time around. So if you guys are new here, I'd really appreciate you guys liking, commenting, subbing, and turning the notification bell on. It really, really helps. Anything helps me out, honestly. For how small I am, anything helps me out. I also stream on Twitch almost every single day of the week. I'm slowing down a bit right now because of my finals. They're coming up. So, yeah. If you guys enjoyed what you saw and you want to come watch me play some Tarkov, I do stream. As well as you can check out some of my highlight videos that I post on this YouTube channel. Now, without further ado, peace, and I hope to see you guys in Tarkov.